Today we're making this high profit wood art so you can sell it too. If you're over 40, a woodworker, and looking to earn some extra money on nights and weekends and around your job or to boost your retirement, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Donna, and on our channel we show different woodworking projects with high profit margins, a lot made with scrap that have sold very well for us, so you can make them and sell them too. We're going to be working on the hippo today. You can see I've got my pattern printed and I've glued it down. I'm going to do a couple different layers with this one, so I'll end up cutting, I'm going to cut the outline first, and then I'm going to cut some of the singular pieces, and I'll show you that too. So the hippo is the second in the children's collection of 4. We've already done the line. That's on our channel, so go check it out. I'll put the link in the description below. And these look absolutely fantastic on their own or as a full collection, and there will be 2 more to come. And at the end of this video, we'll give you a sneak peek of the next one that'll be coming out. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We really appreciate any feedback that you do have. And the plans are available on our Etsy site, and the link to the plans will be in the description below as well. And I've seen so many large YouTubers talk about how to make money woodworking, and wood art is always at the top of the list, and I couldn't agree more. These projects are really low cost and they're really fun to make, and they sell extremely well. And we do have a lot of different wood art projects with different topics and subjects, so go check out the channel for that. And if this is the sort of thing you're interested in, please consider subscribing, and please consider hitting like on the video as well. It helps so much for us to have your support, and we appreciate it greatly. So with this one, we're cutting out the same pieces a couple of times. Like you'll see, I'm cutting out that muzzle area. Cut it out twice. I'm using quite a thin board, and I want to add some depth to that. But if you were using a thicker board, you could just cut it the once. And I'm also cutting out the teeth and the toes, and they will sit on top of the original outline of the complete hippo to create lots of dimension. Okay, so this is the hippo. We're going to stain it, and it's basically going to be weathered oak with a bit of the natural for the toenails and the teeth. So with the hippo, we're going to be using the weathered oak to give it the gray color, and then I just did the teeth and the toenails in a natural. Sorry, it's hard to see on that wood, but they're done. They're just natural. So again, it's quite simple. You just take your stain. You're going to do the edges because they will be seen. So you just want to go around, and the stain I'm using, the oil stain, it is buildable. You can build color to a degree. So we're just going to get some gray on there, and I'm just going to let that sit for a minute, and then I'll wipe it off, and I'll just do the rest of it. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing together the hippo. So I've got the outline of the body, and then the 2 pieces for the snout, and then the teeth and the toenails. So we'll get going on that. Okay, so now that it's all stained and glued onto the backing, I am going to work on some shadow work. So I really like to take some watered down black acrylic paint and really deepen the shadows and create lots of dimension in the piece. So basically you take some watered paint on your brush. I use a thin liner brush, and you go around the areas that you want to create the shadow, and then you take a slightly larger brush that's damp to go in and diffuse the edges as you go, so you don't end up with a line. It's just a softer effect. And you'll see I'm working on the top of the snout here to create that added dimension. Now with this one, I wanted to create the roundness in the ear. So I just made a line basically and softened that edge out with the other paintbrush. And you'll see it does create that cupping effect, and it gives that dimension to a flat piece of wood, which is incredible. And I'll just put some around the toes, and I'll also do a line around the hairline just to separate that from the head. It was at this point I realized that I didn't feel the teeth and the toenails were white enough. I had just used the natural stain, and I didn't feel it gave enough differentiation from the gray stain for the rest of the hippo. So I just came in with some watered down white paint, and I'm going to do some layers, and I do quite a few different layers here just to try to build up that white. I didn't want to do a thick layer of white paint that was opaque. I didn't want it to look like a block of white. I wanted the grain of the wood to still come through, so that's why I'm using thin layers of watered down white paint to get the effect that I want. Okay, so to position the face, you could do it a couple of ways. You could just freehand it. which would be totally fine. You could just draw it on, or you can actually use the pattern with a piece of graphite paper and cut your pattern piece out, so your head, and then you just put your graphite paper down, position your head where it should be, and then you can just trace. And use them. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see it. I'll copy it with the pencil. I can see the marks. So you could do it that way, or you can freehand it, or you can even cut them out of wood if you'd like. So here's the snout. I don't feel I need to put that on, so I will just quickly draw 2 of the circles, and we'll paint those in. As a finishing touch, we'll just do a little white highlight in the eyes. You can just use the back of a paintbrush. So we finish it off by framing it using our 2x4 framing technique. We have a separate video for that. I'll leave it in the link in the description below. And here, as promised, is the sneak peek of the next one in this collection of 4. It's the giraffe, and that video will be coming in the next few weeks, so please subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.